This is going to be Psalm 86, part 2, as we begin to break it down. Psalm 86 is a heartfelt prayer of David for God's help and protection against enemies. In this psalm, David openly acknowledges his own vulnerability and God's incomparable greatness, pleading with God to act according to his merciful and loving character. The psalm serves as a model for how a believer can approach God with a mixture of desperate petition and confident praise during times of intense trouble. Under the main theme, it says a humble cry for help. Verses 1 through 7, the psalm begins with David appealing to God as a poor and needy servant facing constant distress. He asks God to listen to his plea, grant him mercy, and bring joy back to his troubled soul, all the while expressing his deep trust in God's faithfulness. Praise for God's incomparable greatness. Verses 8 through 10. In a turn towards praise, David declares God's unique power and majesty, contrasting the Lord with the false gods of other nations. He confidently proclaims that all nations whom God has created will one day bow down and glorify God's name because of his wonderful deeds. And then we move into a plea for guidance. A unified heart. This is verses 11 through 13. As David reflects on God's greatness, he asks for divine instruction and guidance. He prays for a unified heart so that his devotion to God will be undivided and wholeheartedly expressed through his praise. He reinforces this by remembering God's immense mercy and delivering him from the grave. This passage, not that there aren't many that are, is such a divine plea. The crying out from David to God to help in his time of trouble and need, the intensity that it serves,